Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze on a far-flung holiday, come fly with me, let's fly away.
Relaxing with the drink at 30,000 feet is one of the more enjoyable ways of passing the time. But there's one golden rule. Stay off the booze until the plane is off the ground.
25 minutes! Get it!
At Luton departures, a stag party is being watched by security.
What's occurred here? Is we're now about to leave Amsterdam. Thank you very much. And now we've been warned, if we don't behave ourselves, we can't go on the plane.
Sensible words. But when you've had a drink, fate has a way of conspiring against you. The plane's ready, but Mike Coutts, a builder from Cambridge, has lost his boarding card.
What happened? Right, watch this. I was number 28. Where do I go to get on the plane? I'm now trying to get on the plane without a boarding card.
May I have your attention, please?
You any idea where it is?
No.
I'm
It doesn't help when your mates don't want to listen.
No, of course I am, but all quiet now.
It's all quiet.
Some people obviously ain't nice drunks like us.
I'm not drunk, but I haven't got the voice.
No, we're all nice drunks. They've obviously experienced nasty drunks.
Oh, yeah.
So let's be drunk and quiet. Drunk needs to do a piss. Let's be quiet till we get on there.
But I haven't got the boarding card.
You have got a problem there.
I thought so. I thought, yeah, just for a second.
Yeah, that's definitely. Where'd you leave it?
Oh, must be on the table.
Well, get it sorted, mate. This
Now.
is serious stuff now. On the plane, all nice. Land the other side and let's get on.
Put on that, I love Clarence.
There you go.
Thank you.
Now go through. Okay.
Mike gets a fresh boarding card. Now all he has to do is look sober for a few more minutes. Also under the spotlight today is Darren Wallace. The former air dispatcher is making his first flight as a cabin steward. And he doesn't miss the old job one little bit.
Must be joking. It's raining, filthy weather. No, I don't miss it at all. I miss the lads working with them, but no, apart from that, no. I prefer to be in the warmth.
First off, the safety demo.
When the mask appears, remain seated and pull the mask sharply down to stand and go oxygen. Place it over your mouth and nose, securing it with your lunch band and breathe normal.
God, I feel like an idiot. No, I'm okay, mate.
Purser Louise Bingley's on hand to help him through the first...
Have you had any hassle with passengers yet?
Only one. That was a lady there, she said, talking about her peanuts. She said yesterday there were 50 pence. And I went, well, today they're 60. I said, I don't know what went on yesterday's flight, but today they're 60. And the other gentleman next to her sorted her out for me anyway, so quite good.
It's good when they back you up, isn't it?
That's it, yeah, it's good if the passengers back you up, so yeah.
Mike Coutts, meanwhile, is almost home and dry, if he can just look sensible between here and the plane. Silly walks are not a good idea.
Yep.
Nor is trying to kiss the female air dispatcher right underneath the captain's window. But he might still make it if he can just walk up the steps without looking a complete idiot. Two minutes later, first the bag, then the man are offloaded.
He did make the steps very well. We had a good idea that the crew at that point weren't going to let him on. Apparently he was making a lot of noise, was shouting, being a bit abusive, which obviously we can't allow. He can be a danger to passengers on board. The crew won't accept that, and it'll be the pilot. He'll have the final decision whether to take passenger or not, and in this case it wasn't decided to offload him.
Mike isn't going to Amsterdam, but it doesn't look as if it's quite sunk in. It's 2 weeks since check-in girl Katrina Leader got married to Julian Batham. a wedding she brought forward after she was diagnosed as having renal cancer. The chemotherapy treatment has its side effects. Today she has to cut her much-loved hair, and her mum Pauline has come along for support.
Okay. So, we'll get you washed, and once we've done that, we'll start shopping. But I'll cut.
She hasn't had it cut since she was first diagnosed with cancer 7 years ago.
Sure I should have it cut? Are you sure I should have it cut? It'll grow again. It's going to look fabulous. You'll look gorgeous, and your husband will think you look gorgeous too. Has he ever seen you with short hair? Oh, I think you're stunning.
At the moment, I have a lot of bitterness, upset, distraught, and God knows what inside me. I can't take it all in, and I can't understand how comes I've got this again, you know, but that's life I have, and I've got to carry on.
I need an envelope, please. Okay, cat there. There's nuts falling out. There's none in the purse. She's really, really upset, and you feel so bad because you're cutting all her hair off and she doesn't want it cut, so you feel like you're making her upset, and I know I've done it before for other patients, so we know what she's going through. Anyway, she's going to look stunning, and she'll love it. Look, here we are. Here's every single Meg Ryan haircut going. Something like that.
At Luton Airport, Katrina's colleagues still have their hands full. Mike Coutts has just woken up to the fact that he's not going to Amsterdam.
I do not think that I am drunk enough.
It's actually illegal to be on board an aircraft.
It is an
under the
offence. We could
influence.
actually offload you and not
We have no obligation.
allow you to travel at all.
I
have
know
no
anything.
obligation to travel-
I know
for you to
anything,
travel.
but I don't think that if I get married tomorrow, and I don't think that
Right,
I am
travel.
too drunk to travel.
You are so. Anyway, do you want to travel tomorrow morning? Have you made that decision?
I'll be at Amsterdam tonight.
Well, you can't tonight. Flight's gone now. There isn't
what do you mean I
another flight.
can't?
The flight's gone now,
What do
sir.
you mean I can't?
Well, not with EasyJet anyway.
No, exactly. Not with EasyJet, I can't. But I can with the proper firm, a firm that will
That's up to you to try,
actually.
sir. That's up to you.
And I will walk on that
Try,
plane.
sir. That's up to you. That's fine.
Are you the only airport in the
Not
country?
to carry out this
Not to
every
Luton.
No, I need a decision. So do you want to go on to tomorrow morning's flight?
No, I want to go tonight. I'm going to Amsterdam tonight.
Well, you have to make your own arrangements.
Can I believe that?
No. If you want to fly out with another carrier, you're more than welcome to go around the corner to travel agents to book out of another airport.
That's not fair, mate. You're
Transfer-
If these weren't here, you wouldn't have done this. And that's what guts me. If these weren't here, you wouldn't have done
Cameras
this.
weren't here, so I would have done exactly
You
the
wouldn't
same.
have been able.
Swear one more time that you're not going on board any of the aircraft.
I'll go Heathrow. No, I'll go Amsterdam. No, I'll go Heathrow. Get me there.
Shame. They're all having a good time now, and he's on his way to Heathrow. Just to be offloaded another one, I imagine. Because I'm sure he won't get accepted there.
But whether it's by plane, train or taxi, Mike Coutts is determined to get to Amsterdam. "45 minutes on, and Katrina's haircut is beginning to take shape.
Oh, I think it'll look alright though. It doesn't look. I mean, naturally, you're always fair around the front anyway.
I am, because I always wear it back.
Yeah.
Because the sun gets
Gets to it, yeah.
Do what you think.
That's coming in there.
If you want to, do what you think. What? Ta-da! Look at all his hair, all over there.
Oh, I've got to take one bit of this as well.
This is for Julian.
Liverpool Airport, dispatcher Kevin Reardon thinks he may have spotted a celebrity passenger.
You know where that's somewhere? It's gone into rival soul. Yeah? Sting. Sting, the pop singer.
We caught up with the pop star in Arrivals.
The air dispatcher thought you were Sting. So clearly you're
For
not.
a minute.
Do you think Sting will be travelling EasyJet?
I don't think so. I think he'll be on guard.
What I tend to do, apart from doing my own work, which always comes first, of course, but I do have a look to see if we've got any celebs coming off the aircraft. I often take a look. I stand this side of the aircraft, looking at the doors, waiting for people to come off, and quite often you do see people.
Kevin thought that was Sting.
No, it's Sting. He's off his head, Kevin.
It looks a bit like him, you think?
No way.
But Kevin has more serious thoughts on his mind today. He's hoping for a pay rise.
I'm not really one for status. That doesn't mean a lot to me. What means more to me, I think, we get down to the nitty-gritty, is the cash, the money. Supporting my family, that's what means more to me there, I think.
But more cash is down to his boss, Andy Redmond. And Andy is not convinced Kevin has his mind fully on the job.
Flying time down there today, Dave? 2 hours as per or? 1:45. Okay, so you're going to be late coming back then, guys?
Well, what he should be doing is going to the crew, getting the relevant paperwork off them, giving them the relevant paperwork, passing on the figures, etc. Be polite for X amount of time, but don't waste your time in there and that's no waste.
I got my tan low, please, just saying.
Turbulence.
See, I can never choose out of these two. What one do you think's best?
Oh, well.
Katrina Leader is spending a night in hospital.
And that one. And you gotta have that one.
Yeah, grow back.
The problem was, because it was nice, it was a nice style, but then when it started coming out in clumps, and it was coming out in little clumps and tufties, it was just, well, it was so noticeable. You know, I was all patchy, weren't I? Funny thing is, though, when I used to wear my hair for work, I used to have it pulled down into a little bun. And I've got a suntan in my head. Can you see where I've got my parting bit? And Julian calls me Gizmo.
Or Gremlin.
Gremlin, shut up.
Takes a bit of getting used to, because obviously Katrina had long hair. So it's happened pretty quick that she's down to hardly any now. But she still looks that cheeky little face. She gets aware of it.
Back at Liverpool Airport, the final bags are being loaded onto the side.
Being twice, as it should be, and actually gone on the aircraft.
Yeah, well, I had to ask the captain if we take another bag. I thought, what he'd had on his load sheet, yeah? So it's coming in.
Yeah, but you asked him, didn't you?
Well, I always ask them, don't just tell them. I say, is it okay, we accept this bag?
So there's 140 odd bags, you're going to accept these or not?
It's an extra bag, I haven't been screened at the time.
But it would have been. That's just, you know, words. And the thing is, what we're going to have to clarify here, the next time it happens, you can automatically assume that these people are screening it because that's what their instructions are, and instruct the captain that it hasn't been screened any longer than necessary. So, lesson to be learned.
I kind of took the rabbit goes on. If I'm not good enough, perhaps I'll have to seek further pastures. Who knows? That's not my decision to make, really, at the moment.
It's now Friday evening, and the end of a shift for many of the EasyJet cabin off the plane. 5 days later, we caught up with him at the pub.
Easy in, easy out.
In fact, Mike did make it to Amsterdam the same night by flying out of Heathrow for an extra cost of £120. So any regrets?
Well, I was a tad annoyed because I can't believe why we didn't get loud. Get out! Bam!
Apparently not. Back at Liverpool, it seems, the drinkers know the score. Or at least, they think they do.
Palm the takes around your waist and try on the left-hand side like this. Tuna flake for the red toggle sharply downwards. This should not be done until outside the aircraft as it would restrict your exit. Tuna flake. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a serious part of the flight. I would ask for your full attention, or otherwise I'll have to turn the aircraft back and we won't be going anywhere. Thank you.
Oh, just get me cool.
The plane isn't moving until everyone's quiet.
Obviously, they're going to be out for a good time and everything, but there are other passengers we have to think about. And they were singing and they were using words that are really not very pleasant to a lot of the passengers on board. So I just informed the purser, asked him if either he was going to have a word or if he wanted me to have a word, but he said he might try and get the captain just to speak to them.
So far, so good. Just one problem. Everyone's been drinking, and the toilet at the back is broken. EasyJet Flight 801 is going to be a lively ride. For Kevin Reardon, it's the end of a miserable day. A career in aviation is starting to lose its appeal.
You know, you can get better pay doing other things, but I do happen to enjoy this sort of job. I think that counts for quite a lot, enjoying the job. I enjoy the environment, I enjoy the atmosphere, the buzz, and what goes on. The only thing that bothers me, that scares me about doing it, I don't think there's a lot of potential at Liverpool for me. I wish there was, I wish I could say there was a good chance of promotion and prospects there, but that doesn't appear to be happening, really, because of the scale it's on and the movements they've got in and out of there, really. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd give it my best shot. I've got to go where's best for me and my family, of course.
Back on Flight 801, the party is well underway. But the broken loose seat is starting to cause a problem.
Yeah, so we're just trying to get that sorted out, but they seem to have calmed down now.
No, it's honestly, it's literally out of overnight. Have you tried it? No, we've been told it's not working. We can't do anything in there. Sorry, this is Liverpool, and everyone's not supposed to be working, but there is people working. We'll just have to sort of hold on to it.
But with half the plane joining the queue, holding on may not be an option. It's Louise Bingley to the rescue.
There's a massive queue down the front, it's getting a bit, we can't move down there, so we thought we'll just open at the back. Alt's missing the toilet seat, so just let the gentleman go there, and we'll be alright.
For the cabin staff and passengers, it's relief all round.
You are beautiful, Louise. No, Louise! You are. Louise, you really are. You're beautiful. Louise, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Will you marry me? No, Louise, you've gone just too far. You've killed it all. Oh, I'm sorry.
On Airline next week, Jane's missing passengers, the missing luggage,
Not only that, they've lost my bag.
and Katrina finds out about her future.
But you wouldn't really know, would you, apart from that tag?